I'm Robert Short with Guidance Aviation. We partner with Veterans Upward Bound at Yavapai College in assisting veterans returning to school. One of the main questions we get at Guidance Aviation and at Yavapai College Veterans Upward Bound is, how do I understand my BAH? What does it look like, especially in the Prescott area? So I'm going to be here to tell you a little bit about that and try to break it down simply for you. Basically, BAH is your basic allowance for housing, okay? It comes at about $1,300 a month in the Prescott area, and it is given to students who are enrolled in class, okay? So the basic idea is if you're enrolled in classes, you're getting BAH, and it's paid to you monthly. This chart that's going to flash up right now is going to kind of describe how it's broken out over the course of the year. One thing you need to be aware of is there's no longer any year-round BAH. It is broken up into semesters. So there is 7 weeks out of the year that there is no BAH. If you look at the table again, you'll see that January 18th is the start of the spring semester. It runs until the beginning of May. Then there is a 1-week gap. And then the May 15th summer semester starts. If you're enrolled in that one, you'll receive your BAH till the beginning of August, another 1-week break. Then the start of the fall semester, and that's again, it goes until about December 15th, and then there's a 5-week break. A lot of our students, we found, are not necessarily prepared to not have a year-round BAH and a check coming in, especially those of you that are just getting out of the military and used to a steady paycheck. So what I'd like to do, now that I've kind of explained the basics of BAH in reference to here at Yavapai College, is go over 3 basic budgeting principles to help you plan ahead. The first one is, with creating a budget, the first step would be find out how much income you're actually going to get. In this respect, BAH produces $14,000 a year for you. Okay. Other sources of income would be possibly from employment for you or your spouse, as well as financial aid that could come in through the college or any other sources of income. Okay, once you figure out how much income you have, the next step, step 2, would be calculate your expenses. Now, expenses can be broken down into 2 basic categories: fixed expenses and variable expenses. Your fixed expenses are things such as your rent, car payments, insurance, debts, and taxes. Okay, those are things you can't avoid paying if you're going to be, living somewhat comfortably. Okay, variable expenses, however, are those that could fluctuate month to month, such as utilities, groceries, and entertainment. Okay, so if you can calculate out exact amount of money you're going to be getting a month, so your income, and then your expenses, the third step would be to actually create the budget. So take your income, subtract out your expenses, and that'll give you your disposable income. If you have a positive number, congratulations, still use the budget, still move forward. But if you have a red number or a negative number, that's okay. That's why we created the budget, okay? Remember, the number one goal is to stick with the budget. So once you create the budget where your expenses are, stick with it and let it pan out over a couple months to see where you can maybe cut some corners or where you're having extra money spent, so you can figure out how to get in the green. And remember, the goal is to spend less than you make. That's the whole goal in finance. Spend less than you make. If you make $1 million a year and spend $1,000,001, you're broke. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. It's simple math. So remember, spend less than you make and plan ahead. Once again, my name is Robert with Guidance Aviation and Veterans Upward Bound at Yavapai College. Please use us as a resource, and thank you for watching.